minutes, making sure that San Miguel stays in the hunt, showing us the capability and accuracy that he has. That's why San Miguel made sure that he now plays for the Beermen starting this conference.
And for more on this matchup, we send it over to Miss Bel Gregorio. Bel?
The biggest difference assistant coach Peter Martin saw from the Beermen in their crucial victory against Converge, playing with a sense of urgency. On the get-go, the Beermen were out to create havoc, and that strong start provided enough cushion for SMB to get away with a victory despite being outscored 32-17 in the fourth. Coach Peter also noted that they were able to lessen their turnovers, which is something that has haunted them throughout the conference, and something that they cannot take for granted against a team like TNT, who capitalizes on their opponent's mistakes, evident in the Tropang ranking second in turnover points. The ask is for the Beermen to sustain their improved play. We can only wait and see if this will be enough against TNT. Sending it back to you, Carlo and Coach Ron.
Thank you so much for that report, Miss Bel Gregorio. As we're moments away from the start of this matchup again for SMB, there are no guarantees. Win or lose in this matchup, a spot in the quarterfinals is not yet yours. You still have to wait for the other results of the other matchups. You have to talk about this guy, because if you have Ronde Hollis Jefferson playing his fourth conference in the PBA with only one team in TNT, you have an SMB import playing only his fourth game with SMB.
And we also have to mention that he is the fourth reinforcement for San Miguel here in this particular conference. Numbers were quite low in his initial two games, 14 points versus Meralco, 4 points, and did not play in the fourth quarter versus Northport. From San Diego State, a breath of fresh air though in their last win versus Converge. Omnipresent in terms of rebounding, scored heavily as well. Tied Wami Chongson for scoring honors, but more than that, they tough defense, got the precious rebounds, and hit some crucial baskets down the stretch for the Beermen.
We send it over to our venue announcer for the introductions of our starting units.
And also at forward is TNT's import, number 24, Ronde Hollis Jefferson. Head coach of the Tropang is Chuck Reyes. And now let's meet the starting five of your San Miguel Beermen. Starting at guard from Batangas, number 33, Wami Tiongson. Also at guard from Bautista, Pangasinan, number 77, CJ Perez. And forward is the Beermen's import, number 23, Malik Poe. Also at forward from Calamba, Laguna, number 2, Don Toliano. And at center from Binabongahan, Cebu, number 15, Junman Fajardo. Head coach of the Beermen is Leo Austria.
On opposite ends, TNT and SMB, your starters, Nambata, Octana, Williams, Pogoy, and Hollis Jefferson. For Coach Chuck Reyes, on the other side, it's Tiongson, Perez, Fajardo, Troliano, and Pope. For Coach Leo Austria, and we are ready to get things going for your second offering. Kilingen, Oliva, Flor de Lisa, and Nicandro will be our game referees. It will be the import jumping it up at center court. Malik Pope going up against Ronde Hollis Jefferson. Ball is up, the game is live, and this tip-off is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. So Kelly Williams will have the unenviable task of defending Junmar Fajardo to start this ball game. It'll be CJ on the attack. Chongson, the kick-out pass. Nambatak saves the loose ball and completes the first stop for TNT. They're off and running quickly. Pogoy with a slow drive and a one-hander.
RR Pogoy did not score in 3 quarters versus the Firma, but had 9 fourth-quarter points. In their last win against Phoenix, Pogoy was smoking from the get-go, scoring 8 first-quarter points.
And it was noted by Miss Bel Gregorio that this is a team that you do not want to see on the run, talking about TNT, because they pounce on turnovers with fast break points. They also don't shy away from quick threes, such as that one, but it was missed by Nambata. Torliano goes to the short corner. Kick out pass, Chongson. Good ball movement coming from SMB. Does not lead to a basket though.
Good challenge coming from RR Pogoy.
Wild drive coming from RHJ. Thought he was fouled. Referee's not agreeing. Malik Pope, what confidence will he bring into this ball game? He takes a three, misses it. RHJ again, they're running at every given opportunity. Pogoy exits.
Wow.
And scores again.
Talk about smartness and perfect timing. Cutting the angle of the defender and then exiting on the opposite short corner before triggering his fourth point of quarter one.
Strong start, running start for TNT. Who will respond? Who will deliver the first bucket? Almost another turnover. Fajardo down low against RHJ. Good help defense late from Kelly. And RHJ is running again. Oftana finishes with a left.
3 stops at least. 3 baskets on the return play. All in the open court. And the anchor, Jefferson.
In terms of points from turnovers, TNT is just second to Northport. They're fourth in fast break points, and they're using all of that speed advantage here in your opening minutes. Another turnover for SMB. RHJ pushing. Oftana filling the corner, but he misses on the three. And it's such a big weapon to have an above-average import rebounder in RHJ, also able and willing to start the break and run to the other side as the bench can finally sit down for the Beermen as Trollano scored their first bucket of the game.
That's a major adjustment for Coach Leo Austria, putting in Trollano and Chongson as starters, whereas a lot of times, or most of the time, these are 2 players who came off the bench for San Miguel.
CJ using the early ball screen. Drop coverage. CJ attacks it. Comes up short on the layup. Pogoy. Smaller defender to beat. Oh, good luck. That is Pogoy with 6 early points.
Before the double-digit game against Phoenix, he was under double digits in terms of production in the game against Ginebra and likewise against the Beermen. But right now, has gotten his scoring flow back to help out TNT propel themselves to a 5-point lead.
Controliano, though, will respond once again as he has all the 5 points of San Miguel Beer.
5 points, but more than that, a scoring threat to hopefully get the defense of Pope and even Chongson or Fajardo for that matter.
Kelly Williams outside. Miscommunication there as Williams threw it as if Oftana was angling for an outside shot. He was cutting already, but first take another look at this drive with only a smaller Wami Chongson to beat. RR Pogoy attacks early and then attacking the coverage of Kelly Williams.
And not settling for the long ball, instead getting his aggression in attacking the basket and raising his confidence level.
Swarming defense, a triple team on Junmar Fajardo leads to another turnover. RHJ his first bucket of the game.
And again, a turnover leading to an easy basket on the opposite end. Something that the Beermen have to be worrying about as TNT has outrun and outgunned its last opponent, and the Phoenix Masters and limited them to only 70 points.
Perez asking for a single high. That will be a bump coming from Pogoy, even if the block was clean from RHJ.
TNT forced 23 turnovers against Phoenix, scored 26 points of those turnovers, and you can see the reason why.
Deadly finisher on the break. RHJ can finish with either hand as the first free throw is missed by CJ Perez. And the line has not been a friend of CJ in this entire conference. Coach Ronnie. The annual NBA Watch and Win is back. Watch the live games on NBA TV Philippines. One Sport in Pilipinas Live from Jan 13 to Feb 16 and wait for questions to be asked and flash on the screen during the breaks. Visit nba.onesports.ph after to send in your answers.
In terms of percentage, his numbers may be down, but Coach Leo is hoping that somehow, when it comes to clutch time, CJ Perez will hit his free throws, and this is red flag time for San Miguel because even the 3 ball has been pumped in already by RHJ for a 7-point lead for TNT.
Now they're looking for a straight post-up. Instead, Pope takes the jumper and misses it. Again, after the rebound, attacking already is Ronde Hollis Jefferson. He is fouled by Pope, and he will take 2.
A lot of pain points to open up the first quarter, courtesy of RR Pogoy. But what about this one? Trollano. Ooh. Pope giving up that last basket.
And
Free
Coach,
ball.
coaches will tell you so often that
Don't leave the corners.
and helping from the strong side corner is deadly, even more so when the import is standing in that corner.
And that's why Coach Leo Ostra mentioned this casually, that it's taking time for Pope to familiarize themselves with the rest of the PBA landscape. But we'll talk more about that when we come back.
It is 15-6, an auspicious start for the TNT Tropang, forcing this early timeout from SMB.
You're still tuned to BBA Rush and the Filipinas Live app for the CNT SMB Showdown. If we can borrow how Coach Sean put the showdown into words, he said TNT versus SMB, this is war. And after their best defensive showing of the conference last game where they just limited Phoenix to 70 points, Coach Sean highlighted the shift to being selfless that he saw from his men after admitting they were completely lost against Terra Firma where they depended on individual talent. Against powerhouse SMB, TNT looks to sustain their suffocating defense, and they also want to have another night of balanced scoring as they did last game. Tonight, they would have to do that without their most efficient player, Kim Aurin, who is feeling under the weather. We send our well wishes for now. Back to you, Carlo and Coach Ron.
Thank you so much for that report. As we resume action, CJ Perez slices the defense and hits the finger goal for his first field goal of the matchup. He has 3 points.
After timeout play, something that San Miguel needed to inch closer as TNT, gaining more and more ground, and they're propelling themselves further and further away from San Miguel.
Oh my
What a
goodness,
pass.
what a look from Pogoy, locating
Indeed.
Williams to the finish.
Half turn for Junmar Fajardo. That was a perfect vertical for Kelly Williams, who also did an extremely good job against Donovan Smith in the last win for TNT.
Trollano, tough layup. Pope can't secure his first basket. That's already 7 points and 7 rebounds in the game for Ronde Hollis Jefferson midway through the first quarter.
And the round of 3 start here, meanwhile, for Malik Pope.
Pope using the ball screen. Sorry, that was RHJ missing the mid-range jumper. 17-8. That's the advantage for TNT. Trollano into the post now to Kelly.
Finally for Junmar Fajardo, a touch in the block.
Great defense coming from Kelly Williams, forcing the stop of Tana. Emergency pass ng Batak. Pope had a hand on it, and the stop is completed by Trollano.
Good effort, good defensive effort coming from Pope.
Pope wanted to go to the Euro. It was well defended, but they will get another crack at it. Pope with the handoff to Jongson. Wami locates his import. Still can't score. Junmar had to be fouled by Kelly.
That's why Moana Tautua is about to come in. Remember, San Miguel had a tough game against Converge. And extended minutes for a lot of key players. What about this play? Eye in the sky. Fajardo beaten by Kelly Williams.
That's a tough cover. A dribble handoff. And then Kelly Williams is diving to the rim.
And you know what? Even without a defender, that's a hard pass to deliver. 1 point. Precision, name of the game for Pogoy in that last delivery.
19 points, 14 rebounds. Nothing out of the ordinary for Junmar Fajardo. But he has been a rock. He has been so consistent. Because of the San Miguel Beermen, all of them playing off of him.
At least in the last 10 years. 8 MVP awards. 11 best player of the conference milestones as well for Junmar Fajardo. Again, play center here.
Only a split though for Junmar, as we have Jason Castro versus Chris Ross. The old rivals matched up again here. Bogoy sends it to Eram. Elbow jumper. That shot will be available for him all game long against Fajardo. Oh, they fake the handoff. Pope has it. Wants to go one-on-one against RHJ. Malik goes to the fadeaway. Short.
0 out of 5.
Castro to RHJ. Hollis Jefferson wants another three. Can't get it this time. Rebound falls to Troliano. Ross is pushing. We've seen this so many times, posting up as a first threat. Fajardo wants a three. Will get it.
What can I say about that last offensive sequence? A reversal of roles. Smart play coming from Ross and Fajardo showing us that he has developed that long-range bomb. Sumali nga ito dun sa three-point shootout sa mga bigs, di ba?
Only the second three-point shot of Junmar Fajardo here in this conference. He's 2 of 6. Yeah, traveling as called versus RR Pugoy.
Definitely, TNT trying to step on the pace, trying to punish Junmar Fajardo to really try and sprint down and try to wear down the effectivity of Junmar Fajardo all throughout this matchup. But that
Ross
shot,
posting up, Fajardo shooting. Why not? Says SMB, as it has enabled them to inch closer, bridge the gap here, 17 to 12. Marcio on the attack. Won't work on the high looping banker. And that will be a jump between Junmar and RHJ.
what more have we not seen from Junmar Fajardo through the years? Definitely a generation player, but more than that, a perfect example of someone who has really worked hard to be a better version of himself.
Fajardo wins the tap easy. As Cruz, fresh off the bench, while slipping away from him. I mean the numbers, coach, of Hollis Jefferson. 7 points, 8 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 assists.
That's already game-ending stats for a lot of players, but he's just getting started. That's the high quality.
Yeah.
High quality reinforcement.
On both ends of the floor.
And they like the consistency.
Castro, good pass to Eruela, open from the outside. Tip in, will work for Boy Era.
Second-year players had a lot to do about that route of a win for TNT. They had 52 points off the bench and at least 9 players hitting a 3-point basket for TNT in that 36-point win versus the Fuel Masters.
They hit 15 triples against the Fuel Masters. And that will be a foul, as Brian Eruela unfortunately was left as a tagger for the diving Moto Tua.
Regular starter, Hugh Laster coming off the bench, playing the two-man game, setting up Totua for that downhill move.
19 to 12 is the score. TNT is still up by 7 as we have this timeout.
Whenever rookies match up with Jason Castro, they relish the opportunity of playing against their childhood idol, and they put their best foot forward. Case in point, the most recent being Mark Nona, heating up with 33 points. Jason takes so much pride in being a mentor, being very generous and giving advice to the new generation, because he said he was just like them, being guided by the likes of Olsen Resela, Willie Miller, and Johnny Abarientos. It means a lot to Jason that the young ones now look up to him, because he really wants to see them and even help them succeed, because it's no longer about him or just his team. For Jason, it is about elevating Philippine basketball. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much for that report, Belle. And I've had many conversations, Coach Ronnie, with Jason Castro, and maybe 4 years ago, he said that he will retire in about 3 years. He said when he's not top of his game anymore, he will step away. But working now with the younger talents, of TNT, he finds another level of joy when he sees them being successful. That's why he is still here, still wearing the TNT jersey, coming off the bench, yes, but he can still be Finals MVP. That's what he proved in the last Governor's Cup.
Still a high-level player, really, and a different sense of purpose to pay it forward and mentor the younger generation. Such is the character, of course, of once Asia's finest point guard.
Two-time at that, Castro.
Two-time.
Blitz. Eram misses the layup. Extra possession. RHJ. Second triple of the game.
Eruela getting early minutes because he played really well. Actually, most of them, if not all of them, played well against Phoenix.
Interesting ball screen defense. It looks like SMB will be focusing their efforts on stopping Jason Castro from creating. They want him to give the ball up early. Lassiter looking for his options. Tautua pops out. Mo on the drive. Oh, he was smothered, covered by RHJ as they force another stop. Hollis Jefferson pushing. Jason goes baseline and on. Touchdown!
You get that ball as deep as possible. You flatten the defense. And then you allow the man down the middle to sprint down. Perfect execution of early offense. At the helm, Jason Castro. Defensively, it was Jefferson for TNT. Biggest lead for TNT at this stage, perhaps?
Yep, 10 points. Again, turning the ball over. Horrible idea, especially against a team as good as TNT. That would be a foul against Brian Eruela, bumping Jericho Cruz, who will now get an N1 opportunity.
No relief job so far for Junmar Fajardo. San Miguel pining for a win. That's why the second unit players, if you can call them as such, for San Miguel, they have to be productive, highly efficient to be able to overturn what was once a 10-point disadvantage.
Coach Reyes will adjust to the size of the San Miguel Beermen, selling in Oftana and Glenn Cobuntin. The NBA's Mid-Season Classic is here. Watch the 2025 NBA All-Star Weekend live from 10:15 to 17 exclusively on NBA TV Philippines, One Sports, RPTV, and Pilipinas Live. It's going to be one awesome weekend. Cruz scoring the first points from the bench of SMB. Cuts their deficit down to 7. Hand off to Oftana now. Castro has it up top, using the high ball screen, attacking the defense of Junmar. The pass to the corner, RHJ connects again!
Jason Castro has assisted in the last 5 points. 2 possessions, 2 assists, 10-point lead.
Almost another turnover, but it will be last touch by Glenn Cobuntin. 44 seconds left here in the first quarter.
And not too many players can execute this boomerang pass to deep left corner. Even that early feed earlier to Poyera.
Miss coming from Marzio Lassiter. RHJ continuing to attack. Leaves it for Castro. Will not rush it. Could go for a 2-for-1 if they attack early enough. Another pass off Tana. One dribble. Pull-up jumper. No. But you could not have asked for a better look, coach, for Calvin.
Wide open. Another good setup job coming from Jason Castro.
TNT with 1 foul to give. Should they want to give it up? Oh, miscommunication almost. Fajardo catches. He lost the ball. Oh, they say it's going to be 2 free throws.
If there's something that TNT has tried to make it difficult, the entry passes to Junmar Fajardo, that's one. They also denied early good scoring of Sorwami Chongson, 2 of the top scorers for San Miguel in that all-important win versus Converge.
And this is the case that Coach Reyes and Jason Castro were trying to talk about. They were saying that, yes, it was a foul, but Junmar was fouled on the catch. But the referee Noel Kilingan deciding that he was already in the act of shooting as Fajardo gets a friendly bounce of the first.
Only the second touch for Junmar Fajardo, total of 4 points prior to the free throw conversion.
Castro. Oh, throws it up. Oh, it's good! A 4-point shot for the Blur!
I told you. Not yet done. Far from being done. Continues to be One of the best, especially shot clock winding down, or we talk about winning time.
And then all of a sudden, TNT is fine with those 2 free throws from Junmar Fajardo because on the other side, Jason Castro had enough time to launch a shot from way downtown. He rarely attempts from 4, but this one he had to beat the buzzer. TNT dominant here in the first 12 minutes of action. 12 is their lead as well, 31-19 against SNB.
Let's look back at SMB's last game. It was during Junmar's time on the bench that the Fiber Xers were able to mount a comeback in the endgame. And while most coaches might get frustrated at the collapse that led to their opponent's run, according to Coach Peter, the coaches processed it as a blessing in disguise. Not only were they able to keep Junmar fresh for the endgame, but they were able to spread out their offense and prove that they can make things happen even without Abay, no matter how hard. More specifically, they were able to maximize ball screens and milk the strengths of their guards, which is something that they are looking to do more. Back to you, Carlo and Coach Ron.
Well, I'm sure it was uncomfortable to have Junmar Fajardo sitting out 5 minutes in that game against a converged Fiber Xers, but what matters most was they were able to hang on to the advantage and win that crucial game. We're here in the second quarter. Jason Castro overshoots it as he had a much taller defender in Mo Tautua. Cruz is with Fajardo, Ross, Lassiter, and Tautua as the 5 for Coach Leo Austria. Quick pass inside. Kick out now to Cruz. They find the corner. Tautua launches and converts from downtown.
And that has to be present for San Miguel all game long, the way TNT defends the interior, especially Junmar Fajardo.
Oh, give and go. What a find from Eram. RHJ with another bucket.
Definitely will not be a 15-point game tonight for RHJ. The aggression and likewise the defensive energy that he has brought in to open up this game has spelled wonders for TNT.
3-point shot is good as well. Coming from Jericho Cruz, he has 6 points to chip in from the bench.
San Miguel had 36 points from 3-point line against Converge at 12 of 29.
But SMB playing their best basketball when they do not have an import on the floor in this ball game. Let's see how long Coach Leo Austria will opt to not have Malik Pope in the contest. Oh, steal here coming from Ross. That will be a blocking foul against RHJ.
So far, the matchup of San Miguel is for Tautua to defend Jason Castro. 2 stops courtesy of Moala Tautua. San Miguel trying to erase what was once an over 10-point lead. Down 8 at present.
There was a collision down low as JP Eram is finding it a bit tough to pick himself up. Looks like he ran into a teammate in Jason Castro. TNT still ahead here, 33-25. Looks like Malik Pope is about to check back into this contest. He is 0 for 6 from the field, playing 8 minutes in the opening quarter. Did have 2 rebounds to chip in. Eram will have to be subbed out here. Cruz, another 3-point attempt. Won't work this time. Pabuntin quicker to the loose ball.
Look out the blackout effort of TNT against San Miguel.
Short corner jumper won't fall for RHJ. 2 minutes gone by already here in your second quarter. Again, we thank you for joining us here on PBA Rush and Pilipinas Live. Carlo Pamintuan and Coach Ronnie Magsanok on the call. Tautua made a 3 earlier. Make that 2 for him now.
3 3-point baskets to open up quarter 2. That's a good sign for the Beermen. We talked about the fact that they need to shoot well, extremely well from the outside tonight against TNT.
Cutting that dozen-point deficit down to just 5, and now it's going to be a turnover on the side of TNT.
Good development here for the white shirts. Points off the bench coming into play. That will be a total of 14 points from the second unit. Majority of them coming from Jericho Cruz and Moala Tautua.
All of those points, 8 and 6 for those 2 players. Marcio will have the opportunity to add to those second unit points now.
So Lassiter giving Calvin Oftana a dose of his own medicine. Normally it's Calvin Oftana who does that to his defenders. All-time best in terms of 3-point baskets made.
Marcio converts on the first free throw. Again, a different role for him coming off the bench as Roliano has gotten the starting role. For Coach Teo Austria, our Pilipinas Live poll question: who will have more rebounds? Ronnie Hollis Jefferson or Malik Pope? Download and register for free from the Play Store or the App Store. And subscribe to Pilipinas Live.
Multiples of 3 is how San Miguel has scored here in the second quarter. 3 3-point baskets and 3 free throws converted. Just like that, they're only behind by a couple of points.
And 2 teams of this caliber matched up. It'll be a game of runs. Now it's a turn of SMB to make some noise. Oftana goes to the step back. Top shot over the defense of Lassiter.
Top shot indeed for Calvin Oftana. One of the top 3-point shooters, one of the leading scorers throughout this conference.
Only a 2-point shot they'll put on the line. A response from Marcio.
6 points in 2 possessions. And again, multiples of 3s for San Miguel in the last 15 points. Or 3-point baskets.
Now posting up. Oftana forces it up. Tippin is there.
Definitely an X factor in that last win by TNT over Phoenix. Conference best in terms of points, perhaps for Galinato.
Finally, a bucket coming from Malik Pope. First make in 7 tries for the SMB import.
Coach Leo will take that, something that they need.
Too quick for his own good there was RHJ. Marcio for 4. Can't convert. Back tap connects to Cruz. Jericho asking for a ball screen. Cruz, hook pass. Extra pass to Pope. And now Tautua will fake. Tautua launches and hits another 3.
And remember, you were saying earlier, Fajardo rested for 5 critical minutes against Converge, yet they pulled through. Are we seeing a reprise of the effort coming from the second unit? We're now ahead. San Miguel up 2 against TNT.
From a 12-point deficit to a 2-point lead. And they did it quickly here. In your second quarter, we have a timeout, an early one for TNT. Tautua, the leading scorer of the San Miguel Beermen, now doing damage off the bench with 11 points.
Not bad for Big Mo. Maybe because I embraced you earlier before the game.
Anchored on three-point shooting. He is perfect from downtown at 3 of 3, powering this 17-4 run.
Prior to that explosion from the 3-ball, he was 1 of 6 for 16% only heading to this game.
Pogoy can hit the counter, and now SMB with momentum on their side. Marcio goes to Ross. He wants to join the party, and he will.
Second unit explosion. Just like that, down 12, up 5. And that is a 17-point turnaround.
In 5 minutes, Coach, that's how quick they did it. Smart tap coming from Pogoy, but he will run out of space to try and save it and complete the stop. But at least he was able to deflect that basketball and make sure they can defend.
And all this happening with Junmar Fajardo on the bench.
Also, we nullify a three-point conversion coming from Mo Taldua, and he was moving.
It's okay, Mo. It's okay, Mo. I like
He was still hanging on to it.
I like your shoes.
So from 11 down to 8 points in total for Mo. I'm sure he'll get another 3 earlier. He deserves it because of that make. Back to a 2-point game now for SMB, 39-37. Jericho has also been hot off the bench, but he cannot maximize that attempt. Nambata to RHJ. Now Oftana. 10 seconds to score here. Oftana takes the 3, makes it.
Numbers may not be that high for Oftana in their last win. But when the need arises, that is where Oftana normally plays his best.
Oftana takes the lead back for TNT, but they will give up a foul here. Bump coming from Pogoy.
Main force of the bench, Lassiter, Chris Ross, Jericho Cruz, and of course Moala Tautua. Perhaps close to 20 bench points among these 3 players. Maybe even more.
Tautua down low, fouled. And he will again have to re-earn those 3 points that were taken away from him by the buzzer, as he's on the line now for 2.
Aggression continues for Big Mo. And that's a good sign. Giving precious minutes for Junmar Fajardo.
We now have a report from Bell.
Mo Tautua has been a game changer. He admitted that he knows it's not normal to consider him as one of the initial scoring options on the floor, but what is even more odd is to not get scoring from an import. So for Mo, he takes this personally and believes there are so many opportunities he can take advantage of to get a few points of his own. And for him, it is safe to say that when there are just too many holes left by the import, he will take it upon himself to play like an import. Sending it back to you.
Thank you so much for that report, Ms. Bell.
I like
he
that.
is definitely doing that kind of damage, as he has 10 points in the game. Eram fouled by Chris Ross. What we're noticing here, Coach, is when it was Junmar Fajardo involved in the high ball screen, everyone from TNT who was involved in the situation will attack. But as you noted earlier, when they got switched over, when Jason Castro was being defended by Mo Tautua, Mo had 2 stops. And now there's no problem with him stepping out and being mobile enough to cover the guards using the ball screens.
And we also have to factor in that Chris Ross has been the one guarding Poyera the last few minutes. So another part of that defensive scheme by Coach Lay Austria.
PBA fans, mark your calendars for a special edition of Starting Lineup featuring 3 generations of Barangay Ginebra's floor generals. Watch RJ Barrientos, Scotty Thompson, and Eddie Tenorio share their journeys with Ginebra in a 2-part spotlight series on Tuesday and Thursday, January 28th and 30 on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and Pilipinas Live. Specialty of the house, a steal coming from Ross. A pass from Marcio, the 3 won't work. Tautua taps it over, but to the wrong man. TNT spreads the floor off. Tana burns the defense with another 3.
That's why he was sent back. Not just to be an outside sniper, but likewise to be a better defender. down earlier, losing traction of that lead, now ahead by 4, mainly to the efforts of Calvin Oftana.
Tautua being defended by Eram, met by the help defense, forced to a miss. RHJ with the board. Eram will not force it. Hollis Jefferson versus Pope. Now it's Tautua defending RHJ. What a find inside! Oh, a sorry miss coming from the Batak. Eram too deep there, got blocked by the rim.
2 golden opportunities, one for Nambatak, another for Eram, to give TNT a larger lead.
Pope will try from downtown. Ooh, that's way short. (45-41), a 4-point advantage for TNT. Nambatak given space, he takes the 4, no. Pope with the board. Ross wants to post up against a smaller defender, forcing the defense to react. Foul given up by Nambatak.
And what you can see right now is massive experience by these champion players. Lassiter, Jericho Cruz, Luis Ross, and even Kuala Tautua for that matter.
But it was noticeable that the unit with Tautua, Ross, and Lassiter defended so much better than the starters of SMB, Coach Ronnie.
That's correct. And they have limited the TNT to only 14 points in the second. If not for the outside explosion of Oftana, definitely second quarter production would even be fewer here for the Black Shirts.
Let's see now if the first unit can continue the momentum built by their off-the-bench players. That's a miss coming from CJ. And now TNT will try to run again. That's a foul.
And this is
by Nambatak on CJ.
This is a starting unit, or the starting unit of San Miguel, that was outscored by the starting 5 of TNT, 23 against 14. The second unit players of the Beermen powering San Miguel back. But Oftana, RHJ, able to lift TNT back again to this advantage.
Kelly with a speed advantage. The layup rims out again. He gets it back. Kelly misses with the left hand, but there was a foul.
At least 4 layups missed in the last few sequences. Even if they get that ball to the restricted zone, SMB dodging a bullet as TNT missed multiple times and consecutively as well.
Kelly on the line now for 2. Opportunity to add on to this 4-point lead. Kelly misses to the right.
Chance to earn the twice-to-beat edge. What a move by Machine Gun Kelly.
Crossover but couldn't finish. RHJ with the tap will get them an extra possession. Kelly will sink the back end of his free throws. Now a timeout will be requested by the San Miguel Beermen. They're down by 5, 46-41 with 3:52 remaining in our first half.
I think it's very remote at this point because even if we win our last 2 games, which is not a certainty, even if we win our last 2 games, we will tie most probably with Northport and Eastern, to whom we both lost. So out kami in that situation, right? So the best thing we can do is just focus on what's in front of us. And right now, that's San Miguel on Sunday. We have no illusions about San Miguel at all. We know how strong that team is. Especially now, they're fighting for survival. So we have to be prepared for a real huge war on Sunday.
Well, that was the interview from Coach Chotreyes after their last win against the Phoenix Masters. One of those things that he mentioned are no longer true anymore as Eastern suffered a loss in our first game. And speaking of fighting for survival, that win was of survival instincts coming from the Magnolia Chicken Templados hot shots.
Blowing out Eastern.
And now we have a two-big lineup for Coach Shot. Eram and Kelly Williams on the floor at the same time. Pogoy misses from the outside.
Oftana scored 8 of the 15 second quarter points for TNT. Meanwhile, a second unit for San Miguel, 20 of their 22 coming from the guys such as Tautua, Lassiter, and Chris Ross.
CJ drives, gets bumped, and he will take two.
CJ needs to be more aggressive, really. Look for his shots. Try to get to the basket, or perhaps get to the line more often, because they need him to produce as much as possible to open up the space for Fajardo to operate in the post block. Another scoring threat, perhaps a floor spacer as well, in Wami Chongson.
CJ has been sub-70 from the line.
Quite low for his standards, really.
As you can see, the disparity in the output of these two imports. Again, RHJ, his fourth conference with TNT. Malik Pope, his fourth game with SMB.
And he's also the fourth import for San Miguel in the conference. Contrast of that night and day, we talk about production and impact between Jefferson and Malik Pope.
They involve Junmar once again in the ball screen, and then they swing it to the other side. RHJ attacking the defense of CJ. Lots of contact there, and there was a foul finally called, sending RHJ to the line.
The defense provided by Wami Chongson to try and derail that cross matchup between Jefferson and CJ Perez, but too powerful was Jefferson in that last move.
And he really baits you into fouling him because he can hang midair, he can swing both elbows in either direction.
And he can go left and right as
Yep.
well. It's a difficult matchup for anyone.
Not a 70% free throw shooter, but as of late, he has been improving drastically.
There was one game and he shot perfect at 13 of 13.
13 of 13, yep. Back to a 5-point lead now for TNT. Oh, a sorry miss coming from Junmar. And now TNT will have the numbers. Kelly, extra pass to RHJ now from Pogoy. Nambata with a speed advantage. Pull-up jumper, no.
Junmar Fajardo holding on to his left wrist.
Junmar now posting up against Hollis Jefferson. The bounce pass to Trollano. He was the first player to score, and he adds to his tally 7 points in total after scoring the first 5 for SMB.
Was definitely trimmed down. Looking fitter, moving faster, and definitely one of their top scorers as of late.
Import versus import now. 8 to work with on the shot clock. Nambata kicks it out. Hollis Jefferson for 3. Hits another one.
My goodness. 18 points for Jefferson right here in the first two. 20.
51-45. 3 triples now for Hollis Jefferson. Great cut coming from Perez. Misses the layup. And the rebound was mishandled by Junmar. Pogoy changes his mind about attacking. Where is this play going to develop from for TNT? Again involving Junmar in the ball screen, but the shot was left short. Fajardo ahead. Oh, erases the bucket and scores on the bucket.
A three-point shooter. A fast break finisher. What more can you ask for? Against Conversia, that behind the back move. So impressive. Although he has not gotten his usual scoring numbers, we cannot just overemphasize the value of Junmar Fajardo.
Pogoy momentarily open and he burns them from downtown. What a find from Ronde Hollis Jefferson.
Three-point shooting has been huge as to why TNT was able to regain that lead that they lost earlier in the quarter to San Miguel. Oftana, Jefferson, and now that last 3 ball coming from TNT.
Fajardo with the finish, but look at this hang time pass. Somehow, some way, RHJ found the open man, and RR Pogoy sank it from downtown, extending their lead back up to 7 points, 54 to 47. Taking a look now at our team standings, Coach. Because of that Eastern loss, they fall to 7-4 with NLEX left in their schedule, which means that TNT can still chase Northport. Their best finish is at 9-3. And Meralco can also be involved in that situation.
So, little by little, teams who could get to 9 wins are getting fewer.
Only 3 now. Northport,
Right.
Meralco, and TNT. But again, the numbers, you're not yet thinking about what you need from the other teams or the quotient. All you're focused on is what you can do to help yourself move on to the next stage with an advantage possibly for TNT. Again, the top 2 teams will get a twice to beat advantage in the quarterfinals against the bottom 2 teams in the qualifiers, which means number 7 and 8. And you might need a twice to beat advantage because SMB will finish either number 7 or 8 if they make it at all to the quarterfinals, Coach Ronnie.
That's why this is a must-win situation for them. Either an outright playoff berth or a possible tie for the 8th spot. Oh, they needed that. Malik Pope has to be present, has to be more active. They have to feel his presence throughout the rest of the remaining quarters.
Malik Pope, 4 points in the game as we have a 30-second timeout. This time on the side of TNT. They lost their 12-point lead, but now slowly trying to build it back. Coach, a lot of the offense coming from Malik Pope in the 3rd quarter versus Converge was created by CJ Perez, and we saw that connection once again, even if it will not be an assist from CJ as Pope missed the first shot. Someone else has to set up Malik Pope. He's not the one-on-one type of player.
As we clearly see. And again, we take a peek at the team standings and where all the teams are. Play dates are just about 2 after tonight's doubleheader, and 4 games remains.
Coach, Rain or Shine, SMB, and Lex Magnolia can all be tied at 6 and 6.
Correct.
And then up top, Northport, TNT, Meralco can all be tied at 9 and 3. And then who knows what's going to happen in between. So really no guarantees
No,
just
not
yet.
really. The only thing certain is that there will be only 2 play dates at the end of the LMs. And 4 games remaining before we await possible playoff match.
And we will only break the deadlock at the 8th and 9th spots with a knockout game. Everything else will be decided via PBA quotient. That will be the foul to give. Coming from Chris Rosales, as he is defending Jason Castro here in the final seconds of your 2nd quarter. Castro ended the 1st quarter with a 4. Jason steps out, RHJ attacks the defense of Rosales and jacks it home.
Too many cross matches. Jefferson makes San Miguel pay over 20 points in the first 2 quarters.
Already a double-double for Ronde Hollis Jefferson. He's doing it on offense, on defense, from the 3-point range, and hurting the rim as well with his slam dunk. Jefferson, after leading TNT to winning their back-to-back championships in the PBA Governor's Cup, wants to win one as. But RHJ started off firing 22 points, 13 boards, 5 assists, a couple of steals, has only missed 1 shot from downtown. An outstanding performance in the first half.
Very ready for the war, as Coach Chot has put this matchup. And those numbers will tell you it's not yet done, as this game is far from over.
7-point lead for TNT, 56-49, heading into our halftime break.
Aha! Ako na bahala, mama. Tapos din yung reunion nyo, no? Natapos din.
Last year, yung New Year resolution ko, hindi na magastos. Pero, ang hirap eh. Marami ng anak, parang lumaki yung gastos. So, ayun, mas lumala yung gastos. This year, ganun din. Mag-iingat ulit sa gastos. Mas pipiliin yung tamang bayarin kaysa dun sa mga hindi kailangan. So, yun yung sa akin.
Yung goal ko last year na gusto kong magawin is yung mga kinakain ko. Gusto ko healthy na yung mga kinakain. Pa-konti-konti, kaya anuhin ko ulit ngayon. Siguro yun pa rin na maging healthy, tsaka mag-weights na palagi.
My New Year's resolution, was don't drink soda, but I broke it like 3 days later. Because they had a Dr. Pepper, and I haven't had Dr. Pepper since I was in the U.S., and I seen it at Espinal, so I have to get it. New Year's resolution is to meet someone new every day. Right? So that's what it is.
My resolution last year was to eat healthier. In a way. I went from eating McDonald's, now I'm eating Jollibee. My New Year's resolution this year is to become a better teammate. Just being there for my teammates whenever they need me, whether it's emotionally, physically, whichever way possible. So. And by eating healthier, to be a better player.
Di na eh. Pero ngayon, yung New Year resolution ko is di ako magbabago. para walang ibabago eh. Yun nga yung New Year resolution ko, wala akong babaguhin. Kasi maganda yung takbo eh. Maganda naman yung takbo, so walang babaguhin.
Kaya ganadong-ganado maglaro.
Speaking of ganado, kita mo naman yung pectus ni Stanley Pringle doon. Kita mo naman yung kilos nito, Coach Archie.
Pinapectus eh. Ang ganda ng kapit ng bola sa board. Stan Pringle. Yung sinasabi natin eh, di ba?
Rebound Torres. Got enough time for a heave. Cyrus puts it up. Yeah! Timing it perfectly to end this third frame. Bitaw na bitaw si Torres doon. Shooting in, Kevin Alas sitting this one out. Ankle injury. Oh! Balling to Paulie up top. Spectacular finish para kay Junel.
Elvis, hindi naman swimming kasi.
Ooh! Nunu getting up there.
I-review natin itong slam dunk ni Chris Dusang.
Left-handed kiss the rim. Para dito kay Nunu.
Rain or shine down to 14. A steal for Flores. He skies high. Put him on a poster. Wow. Talk about things that will make you. Kate Flores put him. He just put him on his profile pic. The 7 games that they've won na nakita natin yung performance nila, Norwood will miss. Kanya pa rin yung rebound. Gabe, nagawa ng paraan. That's a highlight right there for Norwood. 4 points in the game. Nag-sorry kay Thompson dahil assist sana yun. Sabi ni Gabe, rebound ko na lang. Nonetheless, rain or shine still gets 2 points and they still.
For when they were together, in the PBA bubble with Matthew Knight. And that basket is good for Calvin Abueva. Nag-flex pa sa harap ng mga dati niyang kakampi.
Except the one foul given to Turkey.
Mabilis na tres mula kay Hasun. He gets the N1.
That's why I like him as a player. Si Hasun, he's already been there for quite a while. Matagal na siya. Pero, reliable pa rin ang kanyang outside scoring.
Injured pa ito si Gio. Good entry pass. Ooh, another injection from Xavier Lucero.
Yeah. Medyo hindi yata siya kilala niya.
Pokang lalabas para sa pick. Kobe. Shake it big.
That is just pure basketball talent. Diba? The defense was there, pero ginawa niyang tubong Siargao. So, kaya ganadong-ganado maglaro.
Speaking of ganado, kita mo naman yung pectus ni Stanley Pringle doon.
Taga-Siargao, to score underneath.
Lamb from Yang. Ginchard again. Foul this time. That's a 4-point play opportunity para kay Steven Ginchard.
Hanap yung kanilang effort.
13 puntos na para kay Melesio. KO scoops it up and in. Another and one para kay Chao, KO, Kao, Sao. Dami pangalan.
Except being stripped of possession on that baseline drive. Dana to the trailer. Dixie-do! Shooting space. Brownlee wraps it around. The boy speaking to him. What a wow!
Alam mo, hirap yung tirang yun, ha? Kung paano siya na-libre, finally he was able to get that layup.
A good guy. Nice play. Nice. Whoa, by Boyera.
He's doing exactly what Troy Rosario was doing, cutting from the blind side and getting those passes.
Troy Rosario. Boyera waiting for nothing. And Rosario dancing down the baseline. Chris, crossover. Nice ball fake. Got it.
Yeah, yun ang magiging problema na San Miguel. If you
which is a lot, diba? Got some minutes now. June Martin trying to pivot. Oh, what a move. He got it.
can you imagine? Move! Your mitts are out of the way, we just like, umasan, iba talaga. You know, Seth, swerte ko talaga, wala pa si Beermen ng panahon ko eh.
Mitchell takes it away. Look at that! Big strides!
You know, when you have all these 20 points,
8 points, so he's just one away from matching that total. Ang ganda naman itong galaw. Grabe. Whoa! You could see that coming from the outside. George King. Here comes Baltasar once more.
Ang ganda naman nun para kay Balti as he finishes through the foul.
And you know he Christian David to bring up the ball.
King.
Oh, what an ankle breaker.
Winston!
Oh, whoa! Drops the four. What an ankle breaker. He grabs himself the king.
This is natural position for a PBA player. Eh, gusto ngayon. Oh, nice reverse.
Rivero with a huge Pinoy step again.
Yeah.
He's 59. Pito abante ng NLEX. Rivero with another step.
Nasaan yung gitna? Walang bumabantay dun sa gitna para kay Richie Rivero.
Bring this one out. Ankle injury. Oh! Bowling to Poli up top. Spectacular finish para kay Junel. Siguro Policarpio. Poli attacking. Spins baseline. And one! Para kay Junel. He's having himself a game.
Yeah, he has.
First San Miguel. At kahit yung mga tutukan ayaw mahulog para sa Beermen. Perez? Oh, what a move for CJ.
This guy plays with so much pride. Ayaw na talaga maiwanan ng gusto ang kanilang kupunan. Kaya pagbalik niya after sustaining a cut.
And yet another steal for Tolentino. Arvin, iwan kay Navarro. Beautiful fast break execution para sa Batang Pierre.
There's just total domination by Northport.
Babawi kapag nag-turnover. Here's Perez again. CJ crimps the deficit down to 3. Spectacular performance by CJ Perez.
20-11 ang kanilang lamang. Luis Sanggalang, hinahanapan ng paraan at makakapuntos siya kontra kay RHJ. 8 puntos na para kay Louis.
Nice effort on the part of Luis Sanggalang. He's doing a lot of damage inside the shaded area. At napapag-usapan natin yung depensa ng TNT and how that is such an emphasis. Oh, what a no-look pass coming from Nonoy. And nice bucket there coming from Edwards.
Melesio kontra kay Nambata. Naatake sa bandang kaliwa. Melesio, hinati yung goal, even finish.
You also noticed that Nambata came closer to Malesio because he was respecting.
Hindi mauhulog para kay Ronde Hollis Jefferson. May oras pa. Melesio, pumasa kay Sanggalang. Extra pass pa, papunta kay Edwards. His first basket ng second quarter comes right before the buzzer. Isa pang pagkakataon makapuntos. May foul yung TNT so they want it. Mark Nonoy, bibitaw. Oh my gosh! It's been that
seen it all.
kind of quarter for Terafirma.
TNT had a foul to give. And Mark Nonoy unleashing.
Lots of time sa kanilang shot clock. Balik kay RJ. Trying to draw the foul. He made the shot anyway. He'll take it.
No, somebody's gone.
The Muses for the layup on the other side. Mabilis. Setting the pick for a Barriento. Fake pass. Layup. Rolls out. Troy, another offensive rebound. And a putback. Ooh. And time has expired on the period. Brownlee for 4 again. Just a touch short. Oh! Scotty Thompson tipped it off the glass and got it to go. It's just crazy. And look at, I don't know, Coach Tim is smiling. Is it because he wanted a call, he didn't get it? Or is it because his player is amazing? I don't know.
At the half, the score is 56-49, a 7-point advantage for the TNT Tropang going up against the San Miguel Beermen. We welcome you back to our coverage here on PBA Rush and Filipinas Live. Carlo Pimentoan with Coach Ronnie Magsanok on the call. Coach Ronnie, three-point shooting should be in favor of TNT, but SMB matched them shot for shot from downtown. But rebounding, second chance scoring, that should be on the side of SMB, but it was TNT that got the edge in the first half. They know what it takes to deal with the other, but the big difference right now is the import matchup. I mean, the numbers are just night and day between Ronde Hollis Jefferson and Malik Pope.
Staggering numbers all in favor of Jefferson, but Malik Pope has the rest of the last 2 quarters to turn things around for himself and the San Miguel Beermen. Throw in also pain points that was in favor of TNT. But all in all, still a good quarter for San Miguel in spite of the fact that they lost a 39-37 lead. As TNT finished the quarter with a 19-10 run to be ahead at 56-49 heading into the third.
Our halftime stats brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA Fast Break Points. That was the start that TNT needed to get some rhythm, but the bench points, Mo Tautua, Jericho Cruz, Marcio Lassiter, even Chris Ross hitting a 3-point shot, really performing better than their starters by 1 point.
Right, as the starters, meanwhile, for TNT has outshot the starting five for SMB 44-24. So that's the tail of the tape, so to speak. TNT gaining more advantage in terms of statistical departments compared to San Miguel, but it's just a 2-possession lead after the first 24 minutes.
From the bench of TNT, we have JP Aram with 6 points to help out Hollis Jefferson of Tana and Pogoy. On the other side, it's 2 starters and 2 bench players. And the top 4 scorers of Coach Leo Austria. I'm really interested to see if there will be a change in the starters, specifically for the Beermen, as their bench perform much better than the starters. That was where they gained momentum, and TNT gained it back after the return of Junmar Fajardo and Wami Chongson and CJ and Troliano.
But it was really Calvin of Tana who struck the hardest for TNT to be able to turn things around once again in their favor as he scored 8 second quarter points. 2 3-point baskets, and suddenly they raised a 2-point deficit and were ahead. At the end of the first 2 quarters, Wami Chongson has not scored. CJ Perez limited to 5 points. Let's see what he gives here in the third.
We send it over to Bell.
Execution was the emphasis of SMB at the half. As Coach Peter Martin put it, they've been taking bad shots. They've not been making the extra pass, nor have they been maximizing guys that are left open. And because they're taking these bad shots, they've been unable to sprint back. Evident in the 15-2 fast break point disparity. On the other side, Coach Shanti Respacochaga shared that their men were commended for doing a good job, but it's not enough if they stick to that kind of good for the second half. They got kicked by the lift SMB got from their bench, so it's consistency on defense and energy asked from the Tropang. Gentlemen.
Thank you so much for that report, Bell. And the adjustment from Coach Leo Austria, starting out Marcio Lassiter, as he will be assigning him to defend Oftana. Both of them forcing each other to come up empty on both ends. Nambata goes to RHJ, left unmarked, straight away. Three is gone. You cannot leave him open at this stage because that will be his fourth three-point conversion already.
That will be his fifth.
Fifth.
In 6 attempts.
5 of 6.
Yes. Earlier
for RHJ.
80%. That rain post has been his domain, at least in this game.
Marcio inside, his pass stolen. And here we go again, TNT on the run. Oftana stretches for the layup, it's a miss. Rare fast break opportunity coming up empty. So it's a counter run on the other side. Easy bucket for Junmar.
Fast break points for San Miguel. A total of 2. Make that 4. And all of those points were scored by Junmar Fajardo.
Smart coming from Kelly Williams. If Junmar Fajardo will score on a fast break layup, Kelly must be the first guy running back to the other side. And he beats Junmar on the run to earn these 2 free throws. The annual NBA Watch and Win is back. Watch live games on NBA TV Philippines, One Sports, and Filipinas Live until Feb 16. Wait for the questions to be flashed on screen during breaks. Visit nba.onesports.ph after to send in your answers.
TNT was up 7 of 8 for 87% after the first 24 minutes. San Miguel, meanwhile, 14 of 16. That's a total of +7 from points from the free throw
Backward
line.
violation. Unforced error coming from SMB. And you have to feel that that was all on Wami because you did not have to let go of that basketball as a point guard, coach.
Has not gotten his usual groove so far. Unforced turnover leading to an empty possession. Chance for TNT to increase this 9-point edge.
Pope was not set up yet. Pogoy, oh, that's a tough one. From a turnover to a 3. And Coach Leo wants to talk it out. This is a flat start. Another one for the San Miguel Beermen. An early timeout. Barely a minute and 30 seconds in. And they're already suing for time. Outside shot connecting for Pogoy, extending their advantage to a dozen once again. 63 to 51. For RR Pugoy, it's always crucial to build his confidence early. Against the Phoenix Masters, yes, he was able to chip in late, but that was one of the reasons why they had, against Terra Firma, he chipped in late. So that was what led to their loss. But against Phoenix from the start, he was hot. 8 points the first quarter. And now RR Pugoy making sure that he stays aggressive, stays constant on the offense for TNT. Quick pass inside. That was a missed coverage. Kelly Williams did not see that Junmar Fajardo was already carving out space inside.
After timeout play, always essential. Fajardo delivers. Still down by 10.
Again, a quick adjustment on the guards with Pogoy missing from deep. Wami Chongson was quickly yanked out of the ball game by Coach Leo Austria. In comes Chris Ross, a much better defender. The pass deflected and stolen by RHJ. Hollis Jefferson on the drive. He was fouled by Ross. He'll take 2.
It's all about the killer pace once again here for TNT. And most of the time, they have the numbers as either Junior Fajardo or Malik Pope. Not able to sprint down with the road runners here of TNT.
Coach, live ball turnovers.
Sakit.
Oh, that's going to be tough.
And you know what happened? The inability of Pope to get that ball, even against RR Pugoy. That was tough for Junior Fajardo really to attack from outside going in.
NBA's Mid-Season Classic is here. Watch the 2025 NBA All-Star Weekend. Live from Feb 15 to 17, exclusively on NBA TV Philippines, One Sports, RPTV, and Filipinas Live. It's going to be one awesome weekend. Marcio, three-point shot is down.
Dodging a bullet, could have been another turnover. Marcio Lassiter rescues that play, cuts the lead to 8. Another 3-ball for Lassiter. Points at the bench has been essential for San Miguel as they try to stay here in the game, as TNT tries to attempt to propel themselves further from the grasp of San Miguel.
Another foul against Ross. A little too handsy against RHJ. That will be the third team foul early for the San Miguel Beermen. They go back to that size mismatch. Double team comes. Nambata fakes a three. One dribble, pull-up jumper. That bounces home.
It can't happen, that missed jump really, as that's a 6'10 player guarding a 6'1 guard. Force the defender, the secondary defender, to help.
But that all happens because SMB is switching on ball screens. They're putting Chris Ross
But it's
on
your
RHJ.
responsibility to defend the primary ball carrier, even in a cross match.
Chris Ross disagreeing with the last couple of fouls called against him. Lead is 10 for TNT. Marcio sends it out to Ross against Nambata. Lassiter from the same spot. Misses this time around. Hollis Jefferson locates Kelly Williams. Dribble penetration. Scoop layup is a miss. SMB trying to get something quick here. What a spin from CJ, and he hits the layup.
CJ Perez needs to be involved offensively. The best way to be able to do that is get him the ball in transition. 7 in the game for CJ Perez, but still an 8-point lead here for TNT.
Nambata uses the screen, splits the double. Oh, Kelly Williams would have had that put back jam down, but there was a foul called already.
That's a double
fourth
concern.
foul on CJ, their fourth team foul as well here in the third quarter.
Just as he made his first basket earlier here in the third quarter.
Nambata takes care of the first free throw. Did not score a single point in the first half, as Trujano will check in for CJ.
A ball screen specialist. Already a PBA champion.
Second free throw for Nambata, also good. So a quick burst of 4 points for Stingray. Will extend their lead back up to 10, 68 to 58.
12 third quarter points for TNT, 9 so far for San Miguel.
Marcio on the switch. Against a local, you have to attack, you have to score, and that's exactly what Malik Pope does.
And this time is able to get that ball, catch that basketball against a smaller defender and head straight to the basket. Still under 10 points so far for Malik Pope, but at least showing signs of awakening here for San Miguel.
He had his best performance in the third quarter of their last win against Converge. Let's see if he can duplicate that performance versus TNT. Another three for RHJ at short. And there will be a push on Pogoy, causing Lassiter to mishandle the rebound. 68 to 60 as we send it over to Bell.
You might be wondering why Wami Kyongsun hasn't been seeing his usual minutes tonight. Wami's actually feeling under the weather. He practiced yesterday, but today he just woke up being very heavy, coupled with cough and colds. Back to you, gentlemen.
That was the reason for the quick substitution.
Even Kim Aurin is not playing today for TNT for that matter.
Pogoy recovers. They will reset as the defense is already there. Kelly straight away three, no. Battle for the boards will be picked up by Ross. Ross now locates Trollano. They have 15 on the clock. Pope looking for his options. Junmar settles for the mid-range jumper, no. He's really having trouble with Kelly Williams down low. Could not get himself going in this game. Another three for Pogoy. It's good again.
Beats the defense of Trollano. And I believe Pogoy has been the most productive local player here in the third. Now, right now, TNT with 15. Pogoy has at least 6 third quarter points, and that is at least.
Pope once again matched up against Calvin Oftana. Pope on the attack. 2 buckets for him against Calvin.
Likes that matchup. And again, probably get him more touches at this stage. Junmar has not found his normal scoring well inside the paint.
Pogoy given the baseline. Oh, that is a huge runway for RR, and he scores in the shaded area.
5 points straight for RR Pogoy against the defense of Trollano.
17 in total for him now.
8 here in the third.
Good catch down low from Junmar. But now look at TNT trying to run quickly, trying to attack early.
These are made.
Oftana open, 3-point shot down.
Sir, yes, sir, for the top gun. Out of the top 3-point shooters in terms of made or makes and 3-point percentage.
Ross attacking baseline, covered, blocked by RHJ. And now the counter run for TNT. Forwards pass to Pogoy. RR fakes, and he scores.
Massive third quarter production for RR Pogoy. Biggest lead enjoyed by TNT as they have outscored San Miguel 22 against 15 in the first 7.5 minutes.
And this has stretched the biggest lead of the ball game for the TNT Tropang, forcing Coach Leo Austria to call his second timeout of the third quarter. This one, a 30-second break, as momentum is now shifted completely on the side of TNT because of the efforts, because of the hot shooting of RR Pogoy. It's a 22-15 quarter in favor of TNT, and we still have 4 minutes 50 remaining, Coach, here in the third period.
RR Pogoy was named as the best player for TNT in their win against Phoenix. Scoring heavily in the first quarter, finished with 12 points. Right now already with 19 on 8 of 11 shooting, good for 72%.
78-64. San Miguel Beermen will have possession. Jason Castro back in the ball game.
And
Coach,
you know what?
this is the final game of the San Miguel Beermen in the elimination round.
Correct.
If they lose this ball game, all it will take will be either an NX win or a Magnolia win in any of their final games to dislodge SMB and make them not qualify for the quarterfinals. So that makes this close to a must-win for the Beermen.
Yes, it is, and they know that by heart. And again, the starting unit of TNT outgunning the starting 5 of San Miguel.
Trollano with a drive as the fast break was empty for TNT. Counter fast break is effective for Trollano.
9 points for Trollano, starting out his third game for San Miguel.
Oftana trying to elude the defense of Trollano. He swings it over to the top. High ball screen once again. Castro turns the corner. What a pass, but Eram blows the easy bucket. Again, they're attacking Junmar Fajardo on that single high as often as they can. 3.5 left in the third. Cruz draws a foul from Nambatak, and that will send... Oh, it's before the shot attempt. Only the second team foul of TNT.
Cruz was a part of that second unit brigade, together with Moana
This
Totua,
guy, yeah.
Chris Ross, and Siu Lassiter, that helped San Miguel erase a double-digit deficit and take the lead at 39-37.
So now TNT trying to readjust their defense with the personnel that's in the floor for SMB, because I mean this is a very tall lineup, Coach. Pope, Tautua, and Fajardo all in at the same time. Pope now starting to hum as he has 10 points in the game, 6 here in the third quarter.
Correct. All inside. Again, that's a good sign.
Oftana could not drain the three. And it looks like Oftana will exit the matchup for the time being. Income for Glenn Cobuntin. Not a bad idea coming from Coach Leo, because he saw that in the couple of times that there was a switch on D, Pope found it easy scoring against the defense of Oftana.
You have to try something different.
Why not to put him there permanently and the three, as this is still a 10-point lead, 78-68 for TNT. Timeout requested with 3 minutes and a second remaining in your third quarter. Back inside the Inares Center in Antipolo as we continue to celebrate the 40 greatest players. Freddy Ubaldi, of course, part of the first 25.
One of my favorite players, of course. Very kind-hearted, dear Freddy. And look at the accomplishments, one milestone after another. The former Mapua Cardinal, by the way. Napakahusay, napakabait.
One of those 40 greatest beside me right now, Coach Ronnie Mogsano, as Chris Ross misses from the outside. He tried to save it, but he was already stepping out of bounds.
Three-point shooting was a key factor in that second quarter fight back for the Beermen, something that's missing here in the third for them, as they have accounted for only 19 third quarter points after a 30-point production in the second.
Nambatak with a speed advantage, turning the corner. The pass lands with Castro, extra pass to the corner. Cobuntin misses from deep. Great setup, just could not find the bottom of the net. And this is a very tall lineup coming from SMB. They will push their advantage in the shaded area. Double team comes, and there will be a foul against Cobuntin. TNT not yet in penalty. Again, expect the San Miguel Beermen to try to go inside once again to Pope. Later, as he subbed out by Don Troliano. Referee Janina Candro saying that there was a hook on the arm coming from Cobuntin. And now Cruz will pounce. He attacks. He's blocked by Eram. It will stay on the side of SMB. And with that substitution coming from Coach Leo Austria, Calvin Oftana will now re-enter the contest, replacing Nampata for Coach John.
And now he has the height advantage over Jericho Cruz in this matchup.
Troliano playing cat and mouse with his defender. That pass deflected, and that will be way too late. Coming from Tautua, that play went nowhere for the Beermen.
Good defensive sequence here for TNT. One of the top defensive units. The last conference where they won the Commissioner's Cup or the Governor's Cup all the way here in the Governor's Cup.
TNT top 3 in points allowed, right behind Barangay Ginebra and Eastern. Limiting San Miguel to only 68 points. Castro was sandwiched, and that will send SMB into the penalty. And the foul was also whistled on the act of shooting. So Jason will take 2.
Still has enough foot speed to get into the restricted zone of a 2-man game.
And the battle for TNT and Jason Castro is to limit his minutes as much as possible in the elimination round to help preserve those legs, which in the Governor's Cup led to a finals MVP performance coming from the Blur.
Vintage Jason Castro at his best.
5 points in the game for Jason as he missed the back end of his free throws.
What about that 4-point basket to end the first quarter? Delivered by Jason Castro.
Repost for Junmar. He gets it deep and he scores.
Time to work for Junmar Fajardo. It was the best feeder for Junmar. Definitely, it's Chris Ross.
But on the other side, the best defender for Junmar has been Kelly Williams, who's on the bench right now for TNT. Eram, the jumper, gets the friendly bounce.
Missed one earlier from point-blank range. Gets that last jumper to trickle in for an 11-point lead once again for TNT.
First basket of the second half for JP Eram. Double team, not enough. Oh, a sorry miss coming from Junmar, and the Blur's pushing. Castro, the Castro bankers home. Woo. And now he takes the ball away, and that will be reviewed because Ronde Hollis Jefferson was already running to the other side unmarked.
It's all about defense here for Tropang Giga. And Castro at the helm of this late, strong kick to try and finish the quarter ahead by a bigger lead.
Transition take foul whistled on Moto Tua. As look at this, Jason Castro just takes it away, coming from Chris Ross, giving Ross a dose of his own medicine. And now Jason is on the line for a free throw with TNT retaining.
.27 in the quarter. Meanwhile, for TNT, San Miguel with a total of 21.
So 2 free throws for Jason. As SMB is in penalty with again TNT retaining possession.
Limited minutes most of the time, but still gets to near 10 points, or over 10 points for that matter. The leadership, the assist count, and of course, the clutch plays. All a part of the DNA of Jason Castro. First taste of action for Drake Cahilig, by the way.
Well, you have to remember that game against the Phoenix Fuel Masters, where Cahilig and Marcio Lassiter rescued them from what would have been a defeat. But right now they need a barrage of points because they're down 15, 85-70. RHJ posting up. Forced to a miss by the defense of SMB. Eram with a takeaway, and he scores inside.
2 late turnovers by San Miguel, all converted.
Oh, and they force a turnover. Jason Castro hounding Wami Chongson.
Suddenly TNT is way ahead at 17. Turnover points also poured in by Tropang Giga as of late.
Oh, expect RHJ to just run to the other side right now. Nambatak has it. Nambatak to be the buzzer. That almost falls for them, but what a third period for Jason Castro, for RR Pogoy, and the rest of the TNT Tropang Giga as they lead 87-70. And this has been the story of this game so far. It has been on the run all the time for TNT. 22 fast break points up against only 6 for the San Miguel Beermen. There was a counterattack from SMB and it was led by their bench, especially in the second quarter with the likes of Mo Tautua, Jericho Cruz, Marcio Lassiter, and Chris Ross combining to momentarily give them the lead. But the big advantage for TNT has been with their imports. Look at these numbers, 26 and 15. Outstanding for Ronde Hollis Jefferson. Malik Pope, yes, he did score 3 field goals in the third quarter, but they need a lot more coming from their reinforcement as we open the fourth quarter here inside the Inares Center in Antipolo. And thank you once again for joining us on PBA Rush and Pilipinas Live. Carlo Pamintuan and Coach Ronnie Magsano Condoco, Miss Bel Gregorio, our courtside reporter. Trollano opens the final period with a bucket, a much-needed one for SMB.
What hurt San Miguel in the previous quarter was that they started out slow and even finished slower, that TNT took advantage of and put in a 17-point lead at the end of the first 36 minutes.
Pocket pass coming from Jason Castro, locating Aram down low for the easy bucket. Aram with 12 points in the game.
Another masterpiece here for Jason Castro to feed an open teammate. Assist number 3 at least for Castro.
Trollano goes to Tautua. Mo, his pass was tapped, recovered by Tiongson, and he converts from deep.
6 out of 10 at 60% in their last win. Accounted for 22 points tonight. His first 3-pointer, his first points of the game.
Will that spark a counter-attack coming from SMB? And it was a 3-point shot that helped them get back into the game in the second quarter. Aram trying to create space. He was fouled from behind by Tautua. JP Aram bailed out by that foul because that play was going nowhere for TNT. Now another chance to add to his tally. So the bench players, coach, unable to help out this time around.
Not this time.
And Tautua.
As the second unit was outscored by players of the bench by TNT 9 against 3 in the previous third. What I'm waiting for is the return of CJ Perez, who can try to re-energize the troops of San Miguel, as has been contained to under 10 points so far in this all-important match for the Beermen.
The family of JP Aram celebrating those 2 free throws as he has 14 points in the game. Wami traveled. It's off rhythm. Wami Chongson, as Miss Bell reported, a bit under the weather here. Missed their last practice, running on fumes basically. As Junmar Fardo is about to check back into this contest. And the shuffle of the feet, there it was. Ever so tight, but it happened. A turnover, traveling violation against Chongson. Castro calls for the high ball screen. Drop coverage, the kick out to Pogoy. Baseline drive, extra pass to Kelly. He was blocked there, and now the run for SMB. Kelly lost his footing. Junmar wide open.
Soft touch for the big man. Rare defensive miscue coming from Kelly Williams.
This is just a 14-point game. There's still a lot of time left to play here. 9:40. Hollis Jefferson kicks it out to Jason. Castro against Johnson. Blows by his defender and scores with the left hand.
That's why his moniker is the Blur. Beating the defense of Johnson, scoring over 12 points and giving San Miguel a huge advantage, which stands at 16 at present.
Ever since Jason Castro came into this ball game, things changed on offense for his squad. Another rebound for RHJ. Hollis Jefferson kicks it out. Castro wide open, and he drains it from downtown.
You know that he feels it's Jason Castro time. Up to 19. A barrage of baskets and points to close out the third. And then in the fourth, total of 5 fourth quarter points to help TNT build a 19-point lead.
Biggest lead of the ball game now, and it has been all about the Blur for the TNT. Tropang timeout, another early one for San Miguel Beermen. A part of being a professional athlete will always be injuries and illness. It's just so unfortunate, Coach Ronnie, that you get sick at the worst possible moment if you are Wami Chongson. Rodney Brondial missed their last game, was not able to see action because he was sick. Now it is Wami Chongson, got a bit of a virus, and now he has to sit on the bench once again. Only 3 points in this contest. And the tough turnovers and having to defend Jason Castro when you're completely healthy is already a challenge enough. Paano pa kaya kung may sakit ka, di ba, Coach Ronnie?
So yeah, right now, Jason Castro also realizes that San Miguel appears vulnerable at this stage. And, you know, we talk about killer instinct. Jason Castro definitely still has that in his arsenal. And even if the young blood is already set to try and take over, in my book, Jason Castro is still one of the best.
Until the wheels fall off, Coach, that is the type of player Jason Castro is.
That's a rare breed. If Junmar Farad is a generation player, then so is
yeah,
Jason Castro.
I mean, how many times did you hear about a Filipino player being the best position in Asia, and he did it twice?
And one of the first to play abroad.
For the Singapore Slingers, yeah, for a time. Meanwhile, a quick burst of 4 points after that timeout. So SMB still competing because they have to. I mean, if they lose this matchup, it is going to be very difficult for them to make it into the next stage. Because one win from Magnolia or NLEX will take them out.
Correct.
Out of the quarterfinal cast. Ronde Hollis Jefferson missing. Rebound picked up by CJ, and now they're trying to score quickly. That's a foul given up by Hollis Jefferson, the second team foul for TNT here in the fourth quarter.
San Miguel was able to overturn a huge deficit and almost won against Northport. In their last match, they were ahead by a huge lead against Converge, but was able to avert total collapse as Malik Pope played hero together with Junmar Fardo and the rest of the Beermen. But tonight, they have to reprise their efforts against Northport and hope to erase this 15-point disadvantage late here in the fourth.
26 points, 17 rebounds, and 8 assists now for Ronde Hollis Jefferson. No need to attack early for TNT. as they will have to maximize the time remaining. RHJ, elbow jumper, sweeps.
There are those who are really excellent. You talk about broken plays and shot clock winding down. Jason Castro showcase and the Jefferson factor, all working in favor of TNT in this matchup against San Miguel.
Foul given up by Kelly Williams, forcing Junmar to take 2 free throws.
Earn it from the lines as Kelly Williams. He has not allowed Junmar Fajardo to be his usual dominant self. And again, getting to his spot, launching those mid-range shots, a part of the masterpiece for Jefferson.
0 rest needed, as usual, for Ronde Hollis Jefferson as he turned it over to Bell.
More mature decision-making and securing the ball better are things highlighted by Coach Leo Austria. And while the instruction was for everyone, it was directed more specifically towards CJ Perez and Marshall Lassiter. Coach Leo trusts them to make things happen for SMB. Offensively, he wants to see them do things in the shaded area, but if the opportunity presents itself, he wants Andreas Cahilig taking the open shot from beyond the arc. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you for that report, Bell, as RHJ will earn a couple of free throws off that foul. We also saw his brother earlier, Hollis Jefferson, former TNT import as well, in attendance. Malik Pope check back into this matchup. As RHJ misses the first. 4 different imports for the San Miguel Beermen here in this conference.
Quincy Miller,
Torin Jones, Jabari Narcis, and now Malik Pope. And the tough part about that half, Coach, was they had no interest in bringing back their original import in Quincy Miller. Right? If you had a good one as the first, you can try many imports and then install him back at the tail end of it. Obviously not the case anymore, as even in the EASL competitions, they decided to veer away from Quincy Miller. Now 6.5 still on the clock for the San Miguel Beermen. They need buckets, they need stops in succession. RHJ on the penetration.
Wow.
What a find. Williams will get them out.
Again, a basket coming off an extra pass. All attention on Jefferson because he's been making shots from mid-range, from inside, and even from the long range.
Fajardo draws a double team, fouled, and he'll take 2.
4 points for Kelly Williams heading to the 4th. But what about the defensive effort and energy to try and contain Junmar Fajardo?
And this best move of the game is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Again, it is involved Junmar Fajardo in as many ball screen situations as you can. And that time around, the import locating Williams down low.
Normally, that's the bailout of a broken play. A total of 22 assists on 30 made field goals for TNT at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Kelly Williams, after that basket, will make sure that RHJ is only 1 assist away from a triple-double, Coach.
Like what Arvin Tolentino had.
Yeah.
The last win for Northport.
The Batak with an early attack comes up empty. Oh, but Malik Pope dribbles it off his own foot.
That's good chase down coming from Calvin Octano.
Very good Leo Austria. Hindi mo sa bura ang SMB
fans, because I mean this is a squad that is competing for a championship or nothing. That is how proud they have been as the winningest team in the PBA.
Benny Boatwright played for them last year.
Fortunately suffered an Achilles injury.
Tough comparison, really.
Oh, anyone would be a tough comparison from a guy like Benny Boatwright. Back-to-back turnovers though for TNT. Fajardo rescues the possession. He goes on the drive. Fajardo, 2 free throws, and you want this if you're SMB, a chance to score 2 points with the clock not moving.
Forcing turnovers, attacking quickly. 16 4th quarter points for San Miguel. 14 for TNT. Just a 2-point edge, but they have to do more.
And you can attest to this, Coach Ronnie. When your import struggles, or when you feel that you cannot completely trust your import, the confidence of the locals dips as well.
And the confidence of the opponents increases.
Yeah.
Directly proportional.
Yep. Knowing that at the end of the day, your guy will be 15 points clear of the other guy, I mean, that will help you out.
Matters a lot.
For Junmar, no other choice really but to try and carry the San Miguel Beermen back into this matchup. Again, this is by no means a one-ball game already.
Correct.
For TNT. It's just a 13-point game, and they did commit back-to-back turnovers.
And TNT is already in team penalty.
Hollis Jefferson being hounded. Nambata covered by CJ. Back to RHJ now against Kahilig. Broken play. Will they come up with something big? Misses. Tip in. Won't work either for Eram. Another stop here for the Beermen. CJ lost the basketball. Cruz has it. Momentarily open, but he could not take a shot.
2 free throws coming up.
Too risky coming from JP Eram, especially with his squad being in penalty.
Something that San Miguel can milk and use to cut into this 13-point deficit.
The mistakes of TNT are keeping SMB in this conversation. We still have 4 minutes and 45 left to play. A 13-point lead for the Tropang Giga. Our team standings so far for the San Miguel Beermen, if they drop to 5 and 7, a win by NLEX, Magnolia will take them out quarterfinals, because the only possibility is the 7th or 8th spots actually for SMB because of their early struggles. And Magnolia look really strong. Coach Ronnie, the first game that we really saw them dominate a good opponent in Eastern.
Malik Pope replaced. And San Miguel has decided to go all Filipino.
Which will be our next conference. So expect SMB to really gun hard for that. But they still have a chance, though, of making it into the next stage. Things are not done just yet, especially with Junmar milking all these free throw attempts.
Trying to score heavily, or started to score heavily here in the 4th and final quarter.
Nambatak misses. Eram with the offensive rebound. Nambatak adjusts mid-air and scores.
Can you believe it? Suddenly the ball landed in his hands. That close to the basket. Big basket for Nambatak to give TNT a Baker's dozen lead.
CJ, downhill attack comes up empty. Hollis Jefferson with yet another rebound. Again, Oftana says, why are we rushing? Let the clock be our friend. Let's milk it a little bit. And now they will set up. Nambatak attack is blocked by CJ. 7 seconds remaining on the shot clock for TNT.
Excellent defensive effort coming from CJ Perez. Going under the screen and making sure that he meets Ray Nambatak right at the basket.
Nambatak goes to RHJ. Hollis Jefferson takes the three, misses everything, and that did not hit the rim for a shot block violation.
3 minutes and 48 for San Miguel to rewrite their fortunes.
And if they turn things around, they will finish at 6-6. A clearer shot of making it to the next stage. But if they lose 5-7,
could be disastrous.
That will be very close to an elimination. Their only hopes then would be a triple tie at 5-7 between them and Lex and Magnolia, wherein they will have to play a knockout game for the 8th spot.
Not within their hands anymore.
Pogoy, straightaway three, misses. Pulled off after his stint on the bench. 3:23 remaining. Marcio wants to go down low to Junmar. Finally, the Kraken gets a touch. Fajardo barges into the defense. It's an 11-point game.
Over 20 points tonight for Junmar Fajardo. Still down by 11, but a 3-point basket or two can really propel San Miguel and help their cause a lot here in the dying minutes of the fourth.
That's a kick ball, which will reset the clock to 14. 29 big ones for Junmar Fajardo.
Here comes Jason Castro.
And why not go to your closer? Jason Castro, been there, done that. As he takes the place of Reynam Bata. He will manage the clock here and manage the situation for TNT. Hollis Jefferson drives. He is fouled.
Ooh. That's a big one.
29 points, 19 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 steals, and a block for Ronde Hollis Jefferson. Best import of the conference. Back in the Governor's Cup. If they make it far into the playoffs, if they make it to the finals.
In the running again?
Absolutely.
Every point counts for TNT. More so San Miguel. As they tried to cut into this double-digit lead, we just stayed for the longest time.
Another steady performance from the free throw line from RHJ, 80% shooting, extending their lead back up to 13. Junmar missed his second effort. That was a foul. Ball is wedged, so there's a delay before Junmar can take these 2 free throws coming up.
Kelly Williams.
Thought he was done for the night,
Yes,
Coach
yes, yes.
Junmar Fajardo currently 12 of 14 from the stripe. Majority of them here in the 4th quarter.
Jefferson made his last 2 free throws.
And Junmar just looks tired right now because he's had to do so much
That's
here
what I
in the
thought.
final quarter.
That's what I thought. How Junmar played in the first 2 quarters as TNT applied the killer pace.
And with Mo Tautua slowing down with his scoring, not able to chip in here in the second half. No other choice but to really give Junmar Fajardo the minutes. First, Malik Pope did score 6 points in the 3rd quarter, Coach, but nothing here in the 4th.
Not enough, really. Not much from CJ Perez.
Only 7 points for CJ. Jason finds Pogo in the corner. Oh, that might be the killer blow.
Second time he has created the scoring look. Previous one was for Jefferson, and now an open 3 ball for RR Pogoy. Could be the dagger that they need.
And you can just feel the difference in control when Jason Castro is in the ball game for TNT, extending their lead to 15, 108-93 with 2 minutes and 2 seconds remaining here in this game. TNT hoping to keep their hopes of a top 2 finish alive. And they will take a big step towards that direction if they complete their performance with a victory against San Miguel Beermen. RR Pagoy, another big one, 22 points in the game. Perfect from the 2-point range. Fiery from deep as well.
Only 6 points versus Ginebra. Just 9 versus Terra Firma. All happening in the fourth. 12 in their last win versus the Fuel Masters. But tonight, 22 to power TNT in terms of 3-point shooting, in terms of fast break scoring.
Junmar fouled this time by Kelly. So more free throws for the Kraken. And they will keep going to Junmar because that's still the best option to score with the clock not moving.
So far, in the last few minutes, that is the only option available for San Miguel to score. The perimeter contribution has died down.
And if you're TNT, you're also playing with the possibilities. Would you want to double Junmar and open up a 3 for Marcio or for Jericho or for CJ? Maybe they're okay with giving up free throws at this stage, as they're still up by a comfortable margin right now. And Ronde Hollis Jefferson, all game effort coming from him. 31 points, 19 boards, 9 assists. Takes it out to Pugoy, takes the 3. Oh, look at RHJ claiming that rock back. Off Tana. 3-point shot is down, and that will be a triple-double. A 30, 20, 10 triple-double for Ronde Hollis Jefferson.
That's just masterpiece for Jefferson. Anytime Pogoy and Oftana shoot the ball extreme left from the 3 ball together in a particular game, TNT is hard to beat.
I can't even remember a time, Coach, where there was a 30, 20, 10 triple-double game in the PBA. We will have to look at the numbers, dig deep, because this might be an all-time performance coming from this incomparable PBA import. He has another gun left in the tank. It's a 4-point shot from Hollis Jefferson.
Scored or assisted in the last 6 points, or 7 points.
Oh boy, this is going to be tough for the San Miguel Beermen. Again, their fate no longer in their hands. Coach Ronnie, they will need Magnolia and NLEX to lose in their last game,
correct,
just to make it.
Oops.
Fajardo down low, fouled one last time. As Coach Sotreyes calls upon some of his bench players. Take another look at this 4-point conversion from RHJ.
Burning as much time and then hitting you with that 4-pointer.
The Commissioner's Cup, getting the right import, so crucial. You see some teams, Coach, banking on chemistry. Justin Brownlee, Ronde Hollis Jefferson, George King, all coming back, even if they are Governor's Cup size, height-wise type of import.
Height-wise.
But when you have an NBA talent like RHJ, when you have a 1 in a million player like Justin Brownlee, you just go to them until the wheels fall off.
Because they will bring you championships, not one, not two, but a lot more.
San Miguel Beermen unfortunately never really got into their rhythm.
Except in the second quarter.
Talking to the team, they were hopeful that at some point of the conference, Benny Boatwright will be ready to rejoin them, because it has been a year since his Achilles injury. But unfortunately, things did not pan out the way they planned it. And as a result, they will close out the elimination round with a win-loss tally of 5 against 7. Their hopes of making it to the quarterfinals will need a little bit of help. Things no longer under their control. TNT will win this ball game 115-97. And our best player of the game is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. And how could it be not? RHJ 35, 21, and 10. Steals, blocks, doing everything for TNT.
Don't forget the playmaking. And those are the characteristics that help TNT prevail by this much over San Miguel in this all-important contest.
And that is the reason why they will have a chance to make it into the top 2 still. One more game remaining for the TNT Tropang Giga as they defeat the San Miguel Beermen 115-97. Final score brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Eastern will go up against NLEX on Wednesday, followed by Barangay Ginebra taking on Meralco. That's your doubleheader next Wednesday inside the Smart Araneta Coliseum. We'll be talking